Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, you're welcome. Please don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell. Thank you so much. I'm happy to tell you that this is where Prithvi is going to be exposed finally. So in my last update about This Is Fate, Preeta noticed that Sandeep is in trouble and she goes to the hospital to rescue Sandeep while Prithvi tried to poison Sandeep. Preeta rescues Sandeep and takes him to the Luthra mansion and keeps him there. Then Prithvi was worried and he started searching for Sandeep so that he can kill him finally. Let's continue. Prithvi is seriously searching for where Preeta hides Sandeep inside the Luthra mansion so that he can kill Sandeep once and for all and end this episode. Prithvi, while working, thinks that he is that kind of a person who can even hurt anyone for his own gain. And now the biggest enemy is the Luthra family, so he have to do the act which would ensure that he is able to find Sandeep. Shriti says to Preeta that they can use her plan to expose Prithvi to all the family. Preeta asks Shriti to reveal the plan. Shriti explains that they can keep changing Sandeep from one room to another because even if this is tiring, then this is the only way for them to confuse Prithvi and expose him. Preeta explains that they have to make sure that Prithvi doesn't see Sandeep and they have to tell him the wrong location, so when he goes to that specific room, then they can quickly take Sandeep to another room. Raki asks if Prithvi would actually believe anything that they say, and Preeta replies that he would have to believe it. Samir appreciates Preeta for the plan, but Shriti immediately responds that it was her plan, so why is he praising Preeta? Samir even praises her too. Preeta explains that there is one person in the Luthra mansion whose words Prithvi believes, and it is only Krithika. Shriti requests Raki to give her the duty of transferring the information. They can meanwhile hide Sandeep in the guest room. Preeta also says that she would go and make Piyu sleep in the kids' room. Raki leaves to go and get the guest room ready. Samir goes to keep an eye on Prithvi. Shriti calls Krithika, acting as if she has called Preeta. Krithika tries to explain that she is not Preeta, but Shriti explains that she is in the room of Karan where she has Sandeep and she is getting tired, so she needs to take some rest. Prithvi hears everything that she is saying from behind the door and he acts as if he is coming inside and he asks Krithika what happened. Krithika explains that Shriti called her and informed her that Sandeep Khanna is in the room of Karan and she leaves to check on him. Prithvi also started to follow Krithika, saying that he is fine. Krithika and Prithvi reach the room of Karan. Krithika says that she might have heard it wrong because there is no one in the room. However, Prithvi in anger says that Krithika was right and she did not hear anything wrong. Krithika asks that what is wrong with Prithvi and why is he acting so tensed. Prithvi leaves saying that everything is fine. Krithika thinks that there is something seriously wrong with Prithvi today. Prithvi, while walking in the hall, sees Shriti pulling the wheelchair. He realized that it was his mistake to think so low of the Luthras as they are really smart by changing the location of Sandeep. And Prithvi goes straight to the kitchen, taking out the cans of kerosene. He then prepares a bottle. Shriti knocks on the room door. She enters the room with Sandeep, saying that they are most opportune because Prithvi was not able to see Sandeep, otherwise their plan would have been ruined. Prithvi is soaking the furniture in the room with the kerosene. After finishing, he thinks that he is the mastermind of this game and he will surely win. He would be able to end the life of Sandeep by stabbing him while everyone will be busy in ending the fire. He then lights the room on fire, leaving with the intention to end the life of Sandeep. Preeta, along with everyone else, try to wake up Sandeep. Shriti smells the smoke. They all wonder from where it is coming from, so they rush towards the room of Samir. They are left shocked to see that the room is entirely on fire. They all bring the fire extinguishers to end the fire, and they started walking towards it, while Prithvi, hiding behind the curtain, thinks that he knew that they would all come running with their arts after seeing the fire. Prithvi, seeing that the whole family were busy quenching the fire, quickly leaves to the room where Sandeep is sitting on the chair. He thinks that what are the hyenas what in front of a lion? He turns Sandeep, who gets shocked to see Prithvi. Sandeep requests Prithvi not to kill him, but Prithvi tries to eat Sandeep with a knife. However, Sandeep managed to push himself out of the wheelchair. Sandeep falls on the floor. Prithvi turns to him in anger and slowly walking towards him. Sandeep managed to eat Prithvi with the wheelchair. Prithvi falls down, giving Sandeep the time to crawl away. Prithvi tries to follow Sandeep. Preeta ends the fire and she hears the cries of Sandeep calling for help. She is shocked, thinking that they came to end the fire and Sandeep was left alone. They all rush to save Sandeep. Sandeep crossed downstairs saying that he doesn't want to die and he desires to live. Prithvi follows him with the knife. He gets angry because Sandeep eyed once again. Prithvi hears someone coming, so he quickly hides behind the curtain. Preeta says Sandeep. Prithvi also spots Sandeep and smiles, thinking that he would win once again because Sandeep is in front of him. He wonders if Preeta has not told Raki anything, even when she knows his truth. He says that there is no time left in this world for honesty, and he would surely win. Shruti explains that Sandeep will not be feeling fine in the room, which is why he came downstairs. However, Sandeep got unconscious because of his health, so he fell into the ground. Raki says it has gotten really late, so they should also let Sandeep rest on the sofa. Raki asks Samir to bring blanket for Sandeep. Samir advised everyone to go and sleep while he will stay with Sandeep. Shruti even calls Preeta to come with her. Prithvi is still hiding behind the curtains, and he wonders when Samir will leave, and he is glad because Samir finally leaves, so Prithvi comes out with a knife. Prithvi places the cushion on Sandeep's face and he stabs him with the knife. Preeta, coming from behind, says that Prithvi's true face has been revealed. Prithvi is shocked to see Raki along with Shruti and Samir also standing in front of him. He is left startled. Preeta says that Prithvi is trapped. Prithvi is shocked and he turns with the knife in his hand, only to see Preeta along with everyone standing behind him. He tries to explain that they are mistaken. Shruti says that Prithvi is the one who has the dagger in his hand, and he is saying they are mistaken. Prithvi immediately throws the knife away, saying that he doesn't know how the knife came into his hand because he has the problem of walking in his sleep. Karina, coming with grandma, says that it did not seem as if Prithvi was sleepwalking. Krithika also comes there in shock. Shruti explains that she feels that they would have to review the plan from the start. Raki asks if Prithvi was thinking that he was acting, but it was them all that were acting because they had a plan and they have found out what kind of a person Prithvi actually is. Prithvi requests them all to give him one chance to prove his point because he was really trying to kill Sandeep, but it was all because of Rishabh. And it was because of Sandeep that Rishabh is in jail, and he failed to end the one because of whom the family is troubled to this extent. Prithvi says after seeing Sandeep, he was not able to control his anger, so he took the knife and he stabbed Sandeep. Preeta explains that Shruti is right, as they should have told Prithvi the true story. Preeta asks if Prithvi thinks that he is the only one who can keep an eye on everyone. Preeta says that it was a lie that Prithvi has a problem of sleepwalking and that he tried to kill Sandeep for the family's sake because Prithvi is not that kind of a person. Prithvi asks that why is Preeta talking to him like this because he is not only the son-in-law of this house. Preeta replies that Prithvi will not accept it like this and she calls Sandeep. Prithvi is shocked to see Sandeep, and then Prithvi lifted the blanket to see the fleece lying there instead of Sandeep. Preeta explains that when Shruti went to close the main gate was the few seconds when they completed the task. Preeta explains that Shruti saw Prithvi hiding behind the curtain, so Shruti called everyone, revealing how Prithvi is waiting for them to go and sleep. She then in the meantime helps Sandeep to run away. And then Shruti going to call Krithika after making an excuse of going to drink water so she can finally see Prithvi's true face. Preeta says that Shruti leaves, saying that Sandeep is well and good, and she immediately says that she forgot to close the door. Preeta in the meantime signals to Sandeep to run away. They then make it seem as if Sandeep is still sleeping. Meanwhile, Prithvi hid because of the fear that Shruti might see him. She then left to call Krithika after making an excuse, but she was not able to find Krithika. However, instead she stumbled on Karina and Grandma. Shruti then informed Karina and Grandma of the entire truth, but Karina got angry. She had to review the entire situation, after which Karina promised to help them. Preeta says that after she revealed Prithvi's truth to them, and now the truth that she knew about Prithvi is now known by the entire family. Preeta says that Rishabh is in jail because of Prithvi. Preeta explains that Sandeep revealed how Prithvi bribed him to give the statement against Rishabh, and Prithvi is the reason Rishabh is in jail. Prithvi explains that Preeta is lying and she is trying to manipulate him. Prithvi says he only desires to help Rishabh, so that was why he tried to stab Sandeep. Raki shouted at Prithvi, warning him to stop talking. She slaps Prithvi, saying that her son is in jail because of him. Raki says that they made a relationship with Prithvi even when it was against their desire. Raki owes Prithvi, asking that why did he do this to them. Prithvi pushes Raki away, which angers Preeta. Preeta pushes Prithvi, saying that Raki is her mother. Krithika also goes to Karina. Prithvi going to Krithika says that he is innocent, and Preeta is saying this because she still loves him, so Preeta is trying to take revenge. Samir is not able to control himself, and Samir and Prithvi both get into a fight. Prithvi points a knife at Samir, saying that he has been pleading his innocence, but they are not believing him. Prithvi threatens to harm anyone. Mahesh, walking down the stairs, says that why are they even listening to Prithvi's words, as he should be sent to jail for what he has done. Prithvi requests Mahesh not to do this. Karina asks that why is Prithvi requesting, when for his information they have made a video, because Preeta requested for their help to find his truth, and she made a recording of him. Krithika, going to Prithvi, asks that why did he do this. She is not able to believe that Rishabh is in jail because of Prithvi. Prithvi thinks that Krithika is the weak link to this family, and he can use Krithika to make a comeback into this family. He places a knife on Kritika's neck, threatening to kill her if they try to get him arrested. Prithvi takes Krithika upstairs into the room. The entire Luthra family goes after them, requesting Prithvi not to do this. Krithika also pleaded with Prithvi not to do this because he cannot save himself from going to jail. Prithvi wants them to leave because if they try to enter the room, then it would cut the throat of Krithika. Shriti also threatens Prithvi of going to jail. Prithvi wants Shriti to shut up, saying that if she says anything in anger, then it will kill them both. Mahesh is also not able to calm Prithvi down, so they take their steps back. Krithika asks Prithvi what is he doing, as she thought that he loved her. Prithvi, throwing the knife away, says that he doesn't love Krithika. The entire Luthra family is standing outside the room. Karina asks Mahesh if he has called the police. Mahesh replies that he was not able to call the police. Karina herself decided to call the police, but Preeta stops Karina, saying that if she calls the police, then they will come, and if this happens, then who knows what Prithvi would do to Krithika, as Prithvi has a knife on Kritika's neck. Karina asks Preeta not to teach her what to do, because Krithika is her daughter. Preeta tries to plead with her, saying that she doesn't know how dangerous Prithvi is. If the police comes to know, then they don't know what Prithvi might do to Krithika. Raki also requests Karina to listen to what Preeta is saying, as they got to know the truth about Prithvi because of Preeta. Even Grandma requests Karina to listen to what Raki and Preeta are saying, but Karina refused. Karina asks that how can she stand here while Prithvi is in the room with her daughter. Prithvi replies that he actually loves Krithika a lot, and the only reason he brought her inside with the knife was because the entire family refused to listen to anything he was saying, and he did not know what to do, so he had to take such a drastic step. Krithika shouted at Prithvi, asking that what is he doing when she has come to know of his true face. Prithvi asked Krithika to eat him and do whatever she wants, but she should just listen for one time. Krithika asked that what is left to listen to, as she now understood his true face. She herself was wrong to love Prithvi, while Prithvi ate her entire family. Krithika says she thought that Prithvi did not like Karan, but she believed it would end soon. However, Prithvi even ate Rishabh, the one who cannot even kill a fly. Prithvi turns in anger, and he quickly thinks to control his anger, because if he has to come back to the Luthra house in the future, then the key to their wealth is only Krithika. Of course, the Mumu Krithika. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Finally, Prithvi has been exposed. And the next episode or the next update would be how Prithvi will go to jail and Rishabh will be released from prison. So stay tuned for that as well. Thank you so much for watching this one. Please don't forget to like it, share it, and please subscribe to this channel for more updates. And I'll see you all again in my next video. Bye guys.